Hey VC, Spencer back again. This is a thread response to Dan VinylFury's 300 plus subs contest, and he had two great questions that he put out. One was show some bands or artists that you didn't like but now love. And I've got a bunch. My musical tastes have definitely expanded as I've gotten older. And this one's a given, but I'll show it anyway. Rush. Never understood, had lots of friends that were into Rush. Just couldn't get past Geddy Lee's singing, as most people have issues with. And now I can't get enough. I don't know, it doesn't bug me at all anymore. I mean, I think it totally suits the music, and you know, all his kind of styles, because he has changed his vocal style over the years. It's all good. So yeah, that was the first one. Once again, Bowie. For some reason, I just never got into him, and then never saw the appeal, I guess. And then when I was a teenager, I got a best of CD and went from there. Now I have probably about 15 Bowie albums. And this one's awesome because I have another copy. This is just the one I grabbed. But yeah, check that out. Lovely artwork. That's what's awesome about used vinyl, eh? Once again, another one, Black Sabbath. Big fan of Black Sabbath. Own several of their albums on CD and on vinyl. A friend of mine was really into them, and for the longest time, you know, I respected them, but I never really got into them. Just didn't quite, you know, fully appreciate it. And then one day I just was listening to it, and it hit me. So, not sure why it took me so long. Another band that just took me a while to get into. This is Fugazi. This is their instrument record. This is the soundtrack to the film that was made about them of the same name. Check it out if you haven't seen it. It's really awesome. Anything these guys do is totally worth watching or listening to. Anyway, once again, I had a friend who kind of was obsessed with this band, and you know, I got into them through him, but it took a while. But yeah, and I got to see them play actually before they broke up or went on hiatus. And it was an amazing show, I just have to say. Like, one of the best live shows, rock shows, I've ever seen. And probably one of my favorite bands right now. You know, back when I was, I guess, in high school, you know, I was mostly listening to grunge and alternative, and some punk, but no metal. And I really missed out because I love Iron Maiden now. I can't get enough. And I don't know what it was. It was the guitars, the singing, you know, whatever makes it signature metal. I just overlooked it. It wasn't heavy enough for me or something stupid like that. And of course I've got Killers as well. I need to get more Maiden on vinyl. I have a bunch of their CDs, but yeah. Definitely need to get more on vinyl. So, for some reason, someone cut out Dave Murray's photo on the back. Really weird. But anyway, moving right along. I tend not to keep stuff that I don't like. So I actually don't have a lot of records. Maybe more CDs, but I didn't really want to get into showing a bunch of CDs. Of stuff that I used to love but don't love so much anymore. But I got a couple things here. And this isn't stuff I hate, it's just because I don't really truly hate much music. I mean, well, I do, but Not stuff I own, put it that way. So yeah, like a lot of people, I was totally obsessed with Franz Ferdinand when this album came out. When did this come out? 2004. And just, you know, I saw them play at Reading about a year after this came out, I think, and even then it was starting to wane, but you know, they put on a great live show, but I don't know if this really holds up. I mean, I tried to listen to it not that long ago, and I couldn't really get into it, so there's that. And another English band, you know, The Darkness. I mean, I know a lot of people don't take them seriously. You know, I mean, there's some good songs on this album. Their second album, not so much, and I think they have a new one out, which I haven't even bothered to check out, so maybe I should, but I don't know, just, this doesn't really hold up. Maybe it, I don't know. Nah, not really. Anyway, yeah, what else can you say about them? And then a couple of Canadian bands. Problem with a lot of Canadian stuff is it tends to get hyped up, at least in Canada, and you know, that can wreck it. You just hear it on the radio too much, or just, you know, the buzz when the band, if they come and tour and play, you know, there's a big buzz. This is one of those bands. This is Wolf Parade, and Spencer Krug, who's Wolf Parade. Was also in several other indie bands. Sunset Rubdown is one, and I know I'm gonna forget. There's at least two more, I think. But anyway, this is at Mount Zoomer, and definitely a good album, and I can still listen to it, but it just doesn't really affect me the same way as it used to. I mean, I tend to go through phases where I'll like a certain style of music and be obsessed with it for a year or two or three, and then I'll go away from it and listen to something else totally. But then, you know, I'll probably come back to it. So, I mean, I may grow to love this again. I'm not saying I don't, you know, necessarily, but I'll probably come back to it. But right now, I'm not really feeling it so much. And talk about buzz bands. Arcade Fire, The Suburbs. I mean, yes, this is a great album. But this band in general, I think, is kind of hyped up. You know, I mean, yeah, they're probably deserving, but I don't know, the hype kind of wrecks it for me. I'm ready to put this aside for a while and, you know, maybe give it a shot in a year or two and see how it grabs me then. And just one more here. Hot Water Music. Kind of a post-hardcore band, I guess. They recently just got back together, actually. This album is, I'm not even sure when it's from. Probably the early 90s, mid-90s probably. Say 95, 96, something like that. I think it's one of their first albums on No Idea Records, which is a small label based out of Gainesville, Florida, which is where the band's from as well. You know, I was totally obsessed. This was like my favorite band for years, and I have a ton of their stuff. Several records on vinyl and quite a few CDs as well. And I don't know, it doesn't quite do it for me anymore. I mean, you know, I'll put it on once in a while and check it out, but you know, just doesn't move me the way it used to. So anyway, that's just a few things, but I think I'll stop it there. Thanks, Dan, for the great thread, and good luck with your subscriptions. So thanks again, guys, and I'll talk to you later.